It should feel strange that you're limited just to physicality. The next phases will see you step into an experience that sees the physical body as just one mode of transport that you can, with intention, choose. You're not really feeling right now that you can walk between the worlds, are you? It may feel like you're still housed within physicality as your only mode of expression and transportation. But like I mentioned before, there is nothing outside of yourself. So this vehicle of transport will open up to other ways that you can express and embody. Right now you're embodying the human, and it may feel like that's the only way you can turn up in the world. But there are many worlds waiting for you, and really you're already inhabiting, but you've constricted your consciousness down into one of these worlds. And that will feel tight, and that will feel claustrophobic. And the portal to these other worlds is not through physicality, it's really unwinding yourselves from that. But you can't release something that you resist, and so we go full circle. To embrace physicality, to embrace sensuality, is really to start to loosen yourself from it as being the only reality. What you don't embrace, you cling to, you solidify, and you freeze within yourself. It does make me laugh that we come all this way, and we create such beautiful worlds, and then we stop ourselves from enjoying them. We hold back with pleasure, with joy, passion, love, sensuality, feeling. I mean, look what the religions did to sex. It's an amazing phenomenon that you can feel the merging of masculine and feminine, or really the revealment of them being one substance. It really within yourself. One of the greatest suppressions of all is sex with self. Just within yourself, the intimacy of being, intimacy of feeling your own energy. Even everything you see outside, the colours, the textures, and the attempt of externality is really your energy. It's still you. You can't really find a boundary where you end and sensation begins. That's why I say all intimacy is self-intimacy, always. Even when you're having sex with someone else, or you're eating a meal, or you're enjoying a spa day, whatever the sensations are, it's always you that you're feeling, that you're tasting, that you're touching. This is what I'm trying to get us into, is this intimacy with sensation, not the running from the pleasure of life in physicality. It's a very different way to approach what it means to cleanse the perception of guilt and shame and reluctance to dive in to the juices, the juices of physicality. You see it so often. Those that are not used to this level of density, they're off in other realms, they're almost too heady. They want to intellectualize themselves out of the body. And it's like, whoa, hold on a minute. You've come all this way. I just want to remind you that you may regret just trying to stay in your head. This physical body of yours is really a gift. And it's a gift to you that was given, something you chose to inhabit, something you chose to descend and implant your consciousness into as a channel, as a river to flow through, almost like a filter to veil everything outside, to experience physicality, sensuality, feeling, sensations. To then come all this way to neglect that, really it's just a shame. And again, I can't teach that. I really can't. This is like a voice of those that are ready to hear it. I've been through all the stages, all the phases, and are left really the bare bones of what's to come. Because the portal to divinity is really through the imagination, it's through the sensuality, through the feeling, it's out of the mind and into the heart. But it's not the heart that we know it in spirituality. Forget everything you know about the heart. Forget everything you know about what it means to be compassionate. Compassion is nothing to do with others. It really isn't. Compassion for others really is a byproduct of it overfilling from the compassion and the love you have for yourself. Always. It will never be another way, no matter what religion says, no matter what teachers say, no matter what anyone says to you. The cup will always run over. That is the only way. Otherwise, you're going to burn yourself to the ground in an attempt to fit an ideology that does not belong to you. Will never belong to you. This goes for the neglect of the body as well. And I don't mean feeling your emotions. I think you're far past that as well. I think emotions are really a guidance, a way of guiding you to what is most joyful in your life. The only way that emotions are used at a certain point in mastery is when something feels wrong, you don't do it. If a situation feels like it isn't for you, get out of there. If a person lights you up with joy and love and makes you feel as though this is something you want to engage in, there you go. The emotions are a perfect way to see what's truly in it for the joy of experience. This is not about having to face the darkness anymore. We are out of the age of alchemy. We are out of the age of transmutation, of even transformation. This is a lot subtler. We live because we want to be here, because it's exciting. Now, this is not to say life is always exciting. In fact, every day I question why I'm still on the planet, not out of desperation, but really out of boredom. I look around and it's as if I've juiced everything out of every lemon I can find in life. And you'll find yourself on a planet where people don't want to live that way. They want to stay in the systems. They want to stay within their own prisons that they've built up around themselves. And I've always found that impatience and not wanting to tolerate that is a great sign of your sacred audacity to follow your own heart. Now, this is not to be confused with what we're taught in spirituality and religion of what it means to be kind and compassionate. If you actually just see me walk around, I am very impatient. It's an impatience with the energies which want to remain in a state of inertia. Impatience, when it comes from the knowing of the memory of something a lot lighter, is a signal to everything around you that this doesn't have to be this way. The structures, right? This subtle attempt of the world trying to keep the old world together. Of course, you're going to be harsh with that. I want you to be firm with people that don't want to break open. Let them be who they are, but if they're not ready to step up into their freedom, then leave them aside and go on your way. Those that aren't willing to come with you are not supposed to be with you. They were never supposed to be with you. And this is the firmness you need to find within yourself to balance out this gentleness that you're coming online with. The only reason you can be so gentle is because you have put yourself in that audacity to follow your own heart without question and without wavering.